Typhoon Haikui leads to multiple deaths in Fujian. Delayed warnings turn natural disaster into human calamities. A surge of thunderstorm asthma cases in Beijing and Guangdong raise suspicion. Leaked selfie of Xi Jinping and the mysterious X account fuel rumors. A recent statement from the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection reveals how desperate CCP officials are. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Typhoon Haikui leads to multiple deaths in Fujian. Delayed warnings turn natural disaster into human calamities. Today's news starts with the latest update on Typhoon Haikui, which recently hit Fujian province on September 5th. The typhoon has now weakened into a tropical low-pressure system, but the level of destruction has been incredibly dreadful, causing severe flooding in various places and forcing more than 111,000 people to evacuate. According to statistics from the China Meteorological Administration, Fuzhou has recorded maximum hourly rainfall between 100 and 149 millimeters, with a 24-hour rainfall total exceeding 300 millimeters, breaking records in China. This rainfall has exceeded the record set by the strong typhoon Long, or Dragon King, in 2005, with some areas in Fuzhou experiencing floodwaters nearly 4 meters deep. Meanwhile, many areas in Fujian received more than 600 millimeters of rainfall. Floodwaters inundated urban areas, washing away furniture and vehicles. According to official reports, a fire truck in Fuzhou carrying 9 personnel was swept away by floodwaters during duty, resulting in the loss of 2 firefighters. However, unofficial reports indicate that casualties include not only firefighters but also ordinary citizens. Mr. Lei, a resident of Fuzhou, said that many roads are flooded. The floodwaters are deep, reaching over a meter in some places. Some villages have experienced landslides, leading to the deaths of elderly people who were buried. Notably, local residents have pointed out that the drainage system is inadequate, combined with delayed warnings, turning a natural disaster into a man-made one. Mr. Lei said, the warnings were delayed by at least 3 hours. It began raining heavily around 7 or 8 in the morning, but we didn't receive the alert until around 11, which is a significant delay. The most affected areas are Changshan District, Jinan District, and Fuzhou City. The main reason is that the city's drainage system urgently needs improvement. When heavy rain falls, the water cannot flow away, and it floods the streets, causing the drainage system to be overwhelmed. Just last week, Typhoon Seola hit Guangdong and Fujian provinces, and now Haikui has followed, making it difficult to estimate the actual losses. To prevent the disclosure of real disaster situations, the Chinese authorities have once again initiated strict censorship measures. Some netizens have reported that flood victims are not allowed to use their mobile phones to capture images of the disaster area, and many social media accounts live streaming the flooding in Fuzhou have been shut down. Some netizens commented, the flood has been dynamically cleared to zero. A surge of thunderstorm asthma cases in Beijing and Guangdong raise suspicion. Following a wave of thunderstorm asthma that swept through Hohhot in Inner Mongolia, a considerable number of people found themselves grappling with respiratory issues. Soon after, a similar scenario unfolded in Beijing. Hospitals in Guangzhou have also seen the number of outpatients in the respiratory department doubled compared with usual. Authorities attributed this phenomenon to what they termed thunderstorm asthma. However, many netizens regarded this explanation as dubious and suspected a potential cover-up of alarming facts. According to a report from the Chinese Communist Party's media outlet, People's Daily, published on September 5th, Beijing's Shijitan Hospital has recorded 6 cases of thunderstorm asthma patients in recent days. The report cited medical experts who claim that thunderstorm asthma occurs when lightning strikes break down pollen and mold particles into smaller fragments, exacerbating respiratory distress among allergy sufferers on a broader scale. These experts further pointed out that the peak season for pollen in northern China is anticipated to persist for 2 to 3 weeks, indicating that the disease's peak season is likely to endure. Notably, the term thunderstorm asthma had rarely made appearances in mainland media and the internet before the current promotional efforts by the CCP's official media. In 2020, foreign academic reports indicated that epidemic thunderstorm asthma had occurred infrequently in the last 30 years and had no recorded instances in China. However, on September 2nd, a widely circulated internet video documented a surge in asthma cases following a thunderstorm in Hohhot. Reports subsequently emerged from various regions, including Shaanxi, Beijing, Hebei, and Gansu, describing similar symptoms among residents. This unusual situation led to widespread concern among internet users, sparking speculations about its underlying causes. In response, the Chinese Communist Party's official media began attributing these incidents to thunderstorm asthma. Nevertheless, many internet users expressed skepticism regarding the explanation that pollen combined with lightning strikes leads to widespread asthma. Some believe that the authorities might be concealing crucial information. Additionally, reports of recurring high fevers and cases of white lungs raised doubts about the official diagnosis of mycoplasma pneumonia. Recent resurgences of COVID-19 in China, accompanied by fatalities among young and middle-aged individuals, prompted speculation about a potential link between the reported widespread asthma cases and the new variant of COVID virus. Unverified internal information circulating online even suggested that the extensive asthma occurrences around Inner Mongolia might be connected to improper mining activities in a uranium-containing coal mine, leading to the release of radioactive substances into the air through rainfall, causing nuclear pollution. Leaked selfie of Xi Jinping and the mysterious X account fuel rumors. On September 5, the X account My Moment posted a snapshot showcasing Xi Jinping beaming with a warm smile. What made this photo noteworthy was the presence of a young woman leaning on his shoulder while taking a selfie, her face cleverly concealed behind a large smiley sticker. The image exuded a sense of familial warmth, yet the accompanying caption, "Throw away your illusions and have the courage to fight. I am in a good mood," carried a more contentious undertone. This particular post swiftly attracted global attention, with numerous netizens affectionately dubbing the account holder as Xi Jinping's only daughter, Xi Mingzi. Explore the content shared on the My Moment X account, and you'll find a treasure trove of videos and up-close photographs featuring Xi Jinping's participation in the BRICS summit, his interactions with foreign dignitaries at Zhongnanhai, and even glimpses inside his exclusive vehicle. An accomplished current affairs commentator, Yakagawa, remarked in the News Beacon Tower that this X account was established back in 2013 but remained dormant for an extended period. In 2019, sporadic posts emerged, and recently, there has been a surge in activity, particularly starting on September 3, with as many as 10 to 20 posts in a single day. Yakagawa has identified 3 key themes in the posts from this account. Firstly, there is a recurring theme of praising Xi Jinping, often with a subtle familial touch, but with a pronounced official tone. Secondly, there's a tendency to criticize the Kuomintang. And thirdly, there is an element of playfulness aimed at building a friendly image. He contends that these 3 facets define the current direction of the account's content. According to Yakagawa, this X account appears to be a public relations initiative on behalf of Beijing. Given the high frequency of posts, he believes that someone other than Xi Mingzi is handling the account, as Xi Mingzi herself is not known for prolific tweeting. Tang Jingyuan, a current affairs commentator based in the United States, observed that while it's not definitively confirmed that My Moment is operated by Xi Mingzi herself, the account holder's identity is far from ordinary. Tang Jingyuan shares the view that this Twitter account, presumed to be linked to Xi Mingzi, seeks to present a perspective from within Xi Jinping's family, portraying a relatable, life-oriented, and humanized persona with the intention of enhancing and diversifying Xi's image. He notes that this approach aligns with the broader framework of the CCP's foreign propaganda efforts but carries a distinct viewpoint due to its operator being Xi Jinping's daughter. Tang Jingyuan added, furthermore, Xi Mingzi is known to spend considerable time on platforms like Twitter and other international networks. This suggests that she may have a deeper understanding of what ordinary Chinese citizens currently think of Xi Jinping, compared to Xi Jinping himself. He believes that Xi Mingzi has embarked on this image-building campaign for Xi Jinping due to the significant challenges faced by his public image. However, he cautions that the impact may not necessarily be positive, as for most people, having a stable and prosperous living environment holds greater significance than an abundance of family photos featuring Xi Jinping. Yakagawa shares a similar perspective, asserting that this X account is unlikely to have a substantial impact on improving Xi Jinping's image. It must adhere to the political correctness of the CCP system, making most of its content very boring. A recent statement from the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection reveals how desperate CCP officials are. In an announcement on September 4, the official websites of the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection and the State Supervisory Commission published an article emphasizing that their intent is not to stifle initiative but to instill a sense of caution and apprehension, discouraging complacency and inaction. The Central Commission for Discipline Inspection of the CCP conveyed that their goal in administering the party with comprehensive and strict measures is not to exert excessive control over its members. This statement comes amidst growing concerns that the party's targeted anti-corruption efforts have faced resistance. Although economic challenges may prompt the introduction of certain incentives to appease officials' concerns, Xi Jinping's strategic use of selective anti-corruption measures as an internal political tool is expected to persist. As a result, an air of resignation prevails among officials regarding the future of the CCP, with a palpable sense that the party is on a course towards decline. Li Yuanhua, a commentator on current affairs, noted that at present, many officials are preoccupied with contemplating ways to transfer funds abroad or even escape the country themselves. This pervasive sense of unease within official circles has started to impact the stability of the Chinese Communist Party (CCP) regime, prompting the authorities to introduce certain fault-tolerant policies. These new measures implemented across different regions essentially grant higher-level officials the authority to determine the fate of their subordinates, effectively leading to selective anti-corruption efforts. However, Li Yuanhua maintains that while the anti-corruption campaign may seem selective from a subjective standpoint, objectively, those who have been targeted were not entirely innocent and could be viewed as facing retribution. Many of the officials who have fallen from grace were individuals who had engaged in severe human rights abuses. According to a report by the official media outlet Xinji New Media on September 4, the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection disclosed that over the past 2 years, Hunan Province has resolved 574 cases of false accusations involving 628 individuals. Furthermore, they've investigated and taken action in 31 cases related to false accusations and frame-ups, affecting 65 individuals. Since March of this year, Heilongjiang Province has embarked on a comprehensive effort to investigate and rectify false accusations and frame-up incidents. Guizhou Province, on the other hand, has established implementation guidelines for error tolerance and error correction. These guidelines encompass situations involving errors and misjudgments stemming from unclear policy boundaries, objective constraints, or a lack of experience. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.